Hello, I'm just waiting to see if anybody's there. See if you can hear me. Hello, everybody. I'm just standing on the hill with an announcement for you all. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, Raymond. This is Candy Mossett with the Indigenous Environmental Network. Moments ago, the White House made an announcement that they are going to deny the permit to bore underneath. The Army Corps of Engineers will deny the permit to bore underneath the Missouri River. And I just wanted to give everybody that I'm happy. These are tears of happiness. I just can't believe it. It's been a long 5 months or more. Moments ago, at the top of the hour, the Obama administration made the announcement that the Army Corps of Engineers will be not denying the permit to bore underneath the Missouri River. And I wish I could have came live. I was just at the camp. They formed a circle, a human circle all the way around the camp, and people were holding hands and singing and praying. They made the announcement at the sacred fire, and they're there now. There's songs being sung and drums and people singing and happy and hugging each other and oh man, it's because of all of you guys and your prayers and all the people that heard us and responded to the call. But this is important. This is important right here. The Obama administration did say that the Army Corps of Engineers did deny the permit to bore under the Missouri River. However, the Obama administration will be turning over January 20th. And we must have a full environmental impact statement. We must remain vigilant. As you know, our president-elect is Donald Trump. He is in support of the Dakota Access Pipeline. So, we remain totally happy here, but we remain vigilant. And we remain pushing for a full environmental impact statement for the over 1,100 mile long, 4-state long pipeline. So we need to remain vigilant. We need to know that there are fights out there. There's the Bayou Bridge pipeline. I might be saying it wrong, Sharif Foytlin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sending a shout out to all the other pipelines that people are fighting, that we need to continue to fight. And we need to continue to remain vigilant, but it's just thank the Creator, man. Thank you all, because they told us in the beginning, what are you doing? You're not gonna stop a pipeline that's at the time 60% complete. And then recently they said, what are you doing? You're not gonna stop a pipeline that's 90% complete. And today, Sunday, December 4th, 2016, people gathered to hear the news that the White House announced that the Army Corps of Engineers under the Obama administration will be denying the permit to bore underneath the Missouri River, effectively stopping Dakota Access Pipeline for now and effectively stopping Energy Transfer Partners. Everybody in the camp is in celebration. If you're just tuning in, this is Candy Mossett with the Indigenous Environmental Network. Mandan Hidatsa, Rikara woman born and raised here in a fossil fuel state that never ever had this much pushback from the fossil fuel industry ever. It's so historic. It's such an important day. My daughter, she's on her way with her dad. I can't wait to see her. It's just so amazing, you guys, and I just wanted to say thank you. And that we have to remain vigilant. We have to remain vigilant. We have to push for a full environmental impact statement. And we have to understand that the Obama administration will be out on January 20th and President-elect Donald Trump will be in. And he has stated that he supports the Dakota Access Pipeline. And so we need to remain on top of the Obama administration to make sure that January 20th we continue to stop this pipeline. But besides all that, I don't care. I'm going to do a victory dance today. I'm going to say and I'm going to do it all through the night, and I'm going to be happy because it was a huge victory. This was a huge victory. This company started out by saying that that permit was just a formality. You should have known better. It was not a formality, as you can clearly see. And I want to just send a huge thank you, to the Obama administration for finally responding. It took you long enough. Dang it. We've gone through so much here on the ground, and we're so tired of getting shot at and people getting hurt. And taxpayers paid money to protect the pipeline. It's wrong. It's wrong for the fossil fuel industry to have so much control. And this marks the turning point in our history. In the turning point of capitalization, this is a huge turning point for things to change and for us to change our ways. It's not business as usual anymore. And so for any shareholders that are involved in the fossil fuel industry, you should wake up. This is the time for you to divest from the fossil fuel industry and invest in a clean, renewable energy economy for all humanity. It just has to be a change. And Charlie's asking me what happened. So for anybody that's just now tuning in, this is Candy Mossett with the Indigenous Environmental Network, and today history has been made. Just moments ago at the top of the hour, the White House and here in camp, Tribal Chairman David Archambault made the announcement that the Army Corps of Engineers will not allow the permit to prove I'm reading comments. I gotta stop reading your comments. They have denied the permit to bore underneath the Missouri River. Dakota Access Pipeline is not allowed to go underneath the Missouri River. This came underneath the Obama administration, and as we all know, President-elect Donald Trump will be in the White House January 20th. So, this is a historic moment, but we must remain vigilant. We don't just quit. We make sure that for this fight, there is a full environmental impact statement that is done for this over 1,100 mile pipeline that cuts across North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Illinois. And we remain vigilant on the pipeline fights around the country. The Bayou Bridge pipeline fight down near the Gulf. We have to remain. We can celebrate our victories, but we have to remain vigilant. And I just wanted to say thank you all. Please be looking for our responses in the press releases. Please look at Indigenous Rising Media. We will be posting stuff. I honestly right now don't know what is going to happen at the camp. For in the coming weeks. I have a suspicion that we're going to stay here until a full environmental impact statement is agreed to. But for now, today, Sunday, December 4th, the White House administration made the announcement at the top of the hour that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has denied the permit for this company to bore underneath the Missouri River. Can you believe it? I can't. Well, I can believe it. It's just, whew. Thank you to everybody that prayed. Continue to send prayers. Thank you all so much for watching us and for supporting us. We're not going to stop fighting. We still have work to do. But in addition to stopping this pipeline, we are building the sustainable community here at Standing Rock. We have a video that we put out that I'll share with you all. That's going to be left here for 50 years or more down the road. And so we're going to stay here because we have a community to build. An eco community, I guess, an eco village, a sustained community. It's got all these different names, but that's happening. The ground has already been broken for the earth lodges and the straw bale buildings. And it's all solar and wind and compost toilets and gray water systems. So look us up and please help us pitch into that project. Just for startup costs, it's a $1.5 million project, probably looking at about a $6 million price tag when all is done for this eco community that's going to be left here at Standing Rock. We didn't just, come in here and stop a pipeline. We're showing what just transition truly looks like. And we're showing that it doesn't have to be business as usual. And we're showing that it's about all humanity. Yeah, do we care about those pipeline workers? Yeah, we do. You want a job? Let's get jobs in the renewable energy sector. Because right now, that is the competitive market. If it's just about economics, the price of solar has decreased 600% in the last 5 years. If we divested from the fossil fuel industry right now, we would have 3.4 million new jobs on top of the jobs we already have in the renewable energy sector. How's that for building new jobs and new energy capacity in this country? We don't have to listen to the propaganda. We don't have to be divided as people and as community members because we want everybody to be employed and be hard-working people. We just don't want those workers to get hurt too. And the fossil fuel industry has hurt. I can't even talk. Jeez. Has hurt a lot of people over the years. If you don't know, I'm Mandan Hiratsa Rikara. I'm from Newtown, North Dakota, in the heart of the Bakken Formation, where this oil is supposed to come from. And they're continuing to frack in my community. And so we have to remain vigilant that we stop the fracking. But today was a huge step in the right direction, where we're never guaranteed to win. We were never guaranteed that if we pushed back, that we would be successful. But we do know that we were guaranteed to fail if we didn't at least try. And that's what I'm asking the world. Don't be afraid to at least try. This isn't even us against each other. This is us educating ourselves as humanity on this planet, that we can live in a good way. I can't stress enough to people that say, well, what do you drive? Well, you know what? I drive a hybrid for one thing. And it was really expensive to buy that hybrid for me. I couldn't hardly even afford it. But if we have more options, we'll take them. If we had a country that allowed us to have all these plug-in electric vehicles that we plugged into solar power generators, we would drive them. Copenhagen just became the first country to have their bikes overtake their cars. Why can't the United States be like that? Well, here's the thing. It can. Don't be afraid to speak up and to push back when injustices occur. And you never know, you might just win. And I just want to say that this is a turning point, and this is a real victory for us as Native people that have lived through genocide. And we're still here. And we've never changed our story over 500 years that you have to take care of the earth so that she can take care of us. Our most precious and most important resources of all are the water we need to drink, the soil we need to grow our food in, and the air we need to breathe. And today, at the top of the hour, the White House administration made a statement. It's all over the news. Turn your news channels on. I think like MSNBC and others have already put the news out there that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has denied the permit to bore underneath the Missouri River. And with that being said, we remain vigilant because January 20th, President-elect Donald Trump, who supports the pipeline, might try to do something. I don't know. So we need a full environmental impact statement. We need that to happen. And it should have happened in the first place. And I want to see if there's any questions. So let's see. The vets came and the vets helped us win. You can follow us also on Indigenous Rising Media. It was there was just so much. There were so many reasons. I don't know if people know about the site where we're camping at, Ocheti Shakoi Camp. Over 200 years ago, there was medicine put in the ground on that very spot. It was a trading route. You can find shells from the ocean there. And we're in the geographic center of North America, nowhere near the ocean. And over 200 years ago, it was prophesized that we would come together at a point in time in the future in unity. Because when we gathered then, we were enemies. And we would gather and trade goods with each other because we had a lot of diversity. My tribes were farming tribes. That's why we always lived along the Missouri River for most of the time, especially the Manda and Hidatsa. The Arikara came from south, but lived along the waterways. And some of the other, like the Lakota, Dakota, Nakota had more of the meat. And so we'd get together and we'd trade, and we'd all look at each other and watch each other. It was a good spot where we could all see each other. And it was then, over 200 years ago, that medicine was put in the ground. And this day was prophesized. And I have the goosebumps right now because this is it. And we're living in that moment in history, and it's a pivotal moment. And we need people to remain vigilant and to continue the fight against the fossil fuel industry, but in a good way. In a good way. I'm thinking of my coworker, Dallas Goldtooth, right now. I really wish you were here. But you're here in spirit, and so thank you, Tom, our director, and Simone, our office manager. That's it, our staff of 4. And thank you, everybody here. Oh my God, thank you, David Archambault, chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. And thank you, Standing Rock, for standing up and saying no. We don't want this. We do not want fracking. We do not want a pipeline. This is the only reason we are here, is because of you. You did this. You started this. And I just want to say Matagirads and Hiradza. Or I guess I should say Wopila. Because it's just, and everybody, the thousands and thousands and thousands of people, there's no way this could have been done without every single person. But we just remain vigilant and we remain happy. And I'm going to get back to the camp.